new leaks, patch incoming, and much more. All in today's video, guys, so grab a beverage. In my case, it's a Liberty. It's never really anything else because that's all I drink. So let's dive right into the video. Now the potential patch, yes, this could be inbound very, very soon. We will discuss this later on in the video. Test servers on the way apparently, so hopefully players can get involved in some testing prior to updates releasing a major patch, because we then can avoid the issues we're having now, as you know, with the recent patch. By the feedback players give during the tests, I think this would be a huge step in the right direction so we can strive away from the mess of balancing. A member said, have you guys ever thought about making a public test server? Shams Georgiani, 100% yes, in the works. Now this is kind of funny because he's not so wrong. This member said, you are giving a lot of promises and I'm almost sure everyone here is taking screens. The test servers, more surveys, streams and vlogs you can quote me on, all but the test servers we should have up in a few months. Test servers, I don't know timeline on. So at least we know it's on the way for obviously managed democracy. The smartest choice yet, because we don't want to keep going around in circles. So by players actually being able to shed some light on what is about to come regarding balance changes mainly, it will be a hell of a positive thing. Major win in my eyes. They're going to be available for everyone, not just content creators, which is great because the game is very community driven. It's the people and you know the masses that have a major impact. Because just look on Steam at the moment, you know, look on Steam and what's going on, it speaks for itself. Moving on, Shams said someone at Arrowhead have suggested maybe it would be a good idea to revert the stats to day one. Someone had the crazy idea to temporarily revert all the stats to launch day stats and see how that would feel, but this is really test server shenanigans, not live environment stuff. The point is, we need to test more publicly. Imagine, yeah, launching Helldivers and they'll find out everything has been reset. It would be chaotic because some may really like it and others may not. Do you think this is a good idea, going back to day one, how the stats were then? I'm not sure myself really. I just think the previous update probably had the best balancing really with the weapons. Lastly, the chief talked a little more about test servers and that basically they don't want to be data driven, which I'm sure we can all agree on that one. It's a good move. 100%, we don't want to be a data driven developer. We want to be data informed. It's entertainment in the end, not exact science. It's a balancing act. Test servers, A/B testing and surveys will help guide a gut feeling, which also can be honed. Well, in this case, I agree to an extent. Hopefully they can get back on track.
What is he doing?
He's beginning to believe.
With this, I mean, the recent update was amazing for content, but not so much for the balancing. Now, I just want to say, as much as I am a fan of this game, you know, you do have to just laugh this off sometimes. They pretty much saw the backlash and must have been like, holy cow, we've got to revert the change, we've got to revert them now. Otherwise, all hell was going to break loose on Steam and all over the internet, and it did because the community went insane over this. All over Steam literally went insane. One thing I want to quickly discuss is the Knight SMG. Yes, this sexy weapon. It's a good gun, obviously. Amazing to say the least, but it could use more ammo, and I think it could use a single fire mode or burst mode. What do you think? Drop me a comment. Have you used this? And if so, do you think it needs a buff? Personally, more ammo would be great. This obviously has relation to obviously all the nerfs and balancing because we've seen so many nerfs, but not many buffs. No one likes nerfs. No one likes nerfs. Now onto the leaks. Yes, because let's be real, that is what we're all here for, the lovely Jubbly leaks. Let's firstly go over the Bastion tank, if that's how you say it, Bastion or Bastion. As you can see in this image, this was shown over on Helldivers II leak Discord by Iron Sights. Not only that, okay, but emptiness, just like how some players are feeling right now. You know, empty, dark, not being heard, wanting to cry. He also revealed the projectile visual here, so you can basically see what it's going to look like. Just remember, guys, these could be changed, even scrapped, or even be something that's going to be in the game way, and I mean way later down the line. So take it with a pinch of salt, grain of salt, whatever floats your boat. The next one was a news video which was also shown on Helldivers II leaks as well. This one was by good old Asunder. So strap in, guys, because this is going to be awesome.
Good evening. I'm your host, Coretta Kelly. Today, the mysterious cloud of spores known as the Gloom finally showed signs of slowing its growth. The cloud, which began emanating from the core of the Terminid quarantine zone last week, has doubled in size almost every day and now encompasses nearly a dozen solar systems. All attempts to peer into the gloom so far have failed, and military probes sent inside have all quickly ceased broadcasting. Experts speculate that the gloom could be some kind of mutation incubator, supercharging the already extremely high rate of Terminid evolution. Currently, efforts are underway to construct a sturdier probe by insulating it in several layers of aluminum foil.
So it seems things are about to get freaky, scary. I'm ready. I'm literally ready and prepared. As long as they fix, obviously, the patch and revert the changes, then yeah, I'll keep playing. I'm game regardless, but, you know, for the players and for the masses, they need to do that. It also appears we might see more enemy types, so is Arrowhead getting on top of their game, pumping out more juicy content, which I love and you love because, you know, content is everything. But before anything, we can all agree, let's sort out the balancing, okay? First of all, let's prioritize balancing the game and putting it back to basically how it was prior. Now we're on to the map leak. Yes, one of the most recent leaks from what I know. This leak was by Iron Sights. Now right here you can see some hidden planets which are going to be a part of some sort of expansion, DLC, however you want to call it. I want more biomes in this game and mission objectives mainly. With this latest update, Escalation of Freedom, I would have thought we may have had more like variations of planets, but we didn't, so it is what it is, I guess. You know, it is what it is. What do you want more of? Let me know in the comments. You know the drill, obviously. You know the drill. But I know what a lot of you are going to say, and that's sort out the goddamn nerfs and balancing. Iron Sights goes on to say this in his post. These are a bunch of planets that the game recognizes, but are not visible, likely for a map expansion. Then he continued on right after and said, there are also 126 variants of the planet Kepler. Not sure what they are, for laugh out loud. I interrupt this video to say, if you are enjoying the content, be sure to subscribe for Managed Democracy. No, not Managed Communism. Go away, Vlad. No one wants you here, Vlad. Go away. Yeah, go away. You'll also save a child's life from the automatons, so win-win. Maybe they're just testing, you know, it could be regarding the test servers because that was announced not so long ago by Arrowhead. This leak is obviously something different to usual. Most of the time it's, you know, new enemies this, new enemies that, missions, stratagems. I mean, the Illuminate homeworld sounds pretty cool, probably due to come later in the year. But at the moment, with everything that's going on with obviously the game, the recent update, then let's sort this out, right, the patch and revert some changes. Yeah, it's going to be bye-bye. Now, Cyberstan, as you know, that's the bot's homeworld, so it would be cool to see what these planets are like. I really hope they have a complete overhaul and look completely different. Something massive, you know, just something completely different to what we normally see. Because at the end of the day, it is their homeworld, so you would think Arrowhead would diversify the planets to be different. Now, the potential patch, yes, this could be inbound very, very soon. But it does not seem we have to wait long because Shams actually replied saying this. Nah, coming sooner than that, which is good news, I guess. I mean, it is a repeat pattern of the previous nerfs, which was a similar situation. However, they need to really get this right because if they don't, this could be the last stand for Arrowhead. It would be a shame because I love this game a lot. I mean, I think it's absolutely amazing. Horde-style shooters are obviously my thing. May not be everybody's cup of tea, but it's definitely, you know, my cup of liberty. And the main thing I love about Helldivers 2 is it has a strong active player base who actually takes the time to voice their thoughts. I try to always, guys, look at the positives nonetheless, and I do see a future for this game, but literally, only time will tell. Literally, only time will tell. Now on to the latest leak, which is apparently an armor leak. I have not seen this before, but it's some sort of radioactive armor set. If you have seen this before, let me know, but I don't think I have. Someone actually pointed this out over on Reddit. This Reddit user titled this and said, possible hacker spotted using unreleased skin. So yeah, it looks like to me some sort of hazmat armor set. This is not a mod, apparently it's real. This would be really cool if it contained a passive that maybe has resistance against bile fluid. There's also been a ton more questions and one regarding the overhyping of the update, which to me, I like the content in it. Yes, the nerfs suck and the balancing, but the missions and everything else is great. You know, great to say the least. What is your response to the studio overhyping Escalation of Freedom? We actually just mentioned that during the ongoing weekly review. I can mainly speak to intent. We want to make sure we don't overhype leading to disappointment or underhype not getting people excited and back into the game. We absolutely don't want to come off as disingenuous, of course. It's always a tricky balance. Sometimes we'll fail. With every release, we'll hopefully get better. I think it might be a fair point in this case, but we're still collecting feedback, so I haven't fully made up my mind on this. Now, I love this game, and you know I'm a dedicated player. I've been playing this since day one, and I do most of my content on Helldivers 2, and I always try to be hopeful, right, and look on the bright side without ignoring the facts. If they really want to have a future in reality, as I say all the time, community is everything, so they really need to crack down on that and give the players what they want. Before we move on to the community comments, I just want to say a big thank you. I am really grateful for your support. I'm going to go ahead and put some comments on screen from dedicated viewers on the channel so far. So I do really appreciate all you legends, gamers, Helldivers. I really am thankful. Now on to the community comments. Yes, because I make sure Managed Democracy prevails on YouTube. Low-key says, well, luckily Space Marine 2 comes out soon, so screw Arrowhead. Now, I have faith in this game. I think it's amazing. Been obviously a dedicated player since day one, but I do understand how the community is feeling, and the only way this moves forward is just, you know, basically reverting the nerfs. You know, reverting the nerfs and doing what the community wants. Shikar says, another video about Arrowhead Studios. Another reason you should join the mining corporation, Deep Rock Galactic, Rock and Stone. I've not actually ever played that game, bro. I've seen it floating about and I want to play it. So you've definitely convinced me now to at least give it a go, because, you know, I've seen it floating about, people are talking about it, and yeah, I think this is a sign to go and give that game a go. Ensar Box says, they have no clue about what's fun and how to deal with meta. If you play this game, just count on fun getting nerfed. They just nerf everyone to the install button. Adventures says, make decisions they know will give even more bad reviews instead of trying to recover from the greatest review bomb and player exodus in recent years is definitely not the best way to manage a game. It honestly seemed like they want us to hate them. The CEO Shams did obviously put out a post on Discord, I believe, saying about how, you know, they're trying to implement realistic milsim elements and everything, and it seems like the studio and the players want a complete different direction. King Crab says, cry divers are the worst for nerfs that aren't even that bad, and yes, harder difficulties are hard and you won't always win them. User CY says, yeah, user CY, that legend. Maybe the devs just need a cup of liberty. I'm not really focusing on the nerfs. I've been having fun. For new CRISPR and torture, I'm just praying for an excuse to go deep fry some bugs for a few missions, then bounce back to bots to help with the major order. Joke's on them, I stopped giving a shit months ago. And then there's me and the others who are still playing and trying to stay faithful. Because I love this game, I'm going to try the way, okay? I'm going to try to stay faithful, but if they don't revert the changes when the next major patch comes, yeah, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. Rem says, revert the current nerfs or the player base will walk away for good. If they don't get this patch right the next time round, yeah, it could be a bit of a rough ride. Kato says, I am confident in a comeback. I am also staying hopeful, like really hopeful. That's all you can do at the end of the day, but you know, the facts are there. So we've just got to basically ride this out and hope they make decent changes in the future. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to subscribe for Managed Democracy, and I will see you in the next video across YouTube, and hopefully, you know, things will get back on track and we can forget all about this, but only time will tell. Okay, only time will tell.